Scoob. We're up to the footage I shot on May 28th. And here's what I want you to do with this video. And what I want you to learn to do with professional match pool videos. And right after the break, pause it. And no matter what player's coming to the table, look at the rack and plan the whole stinking run-in, the whole pattern. Alright? So the 6 and the 7 went down, so the end of the game is going to come faster than you might think. So just pause it right around here and just plan the whole thing. And then when you play it, and I don't do what you do or something's not right, ask yourself why. Why did I do it that way when you want it done that way? So, getting back on that 2 ball, if you decided to do something different to get back on the 2, ask yourself if your way is better or my way is better. And you notice I didn't have to get all the way up table to shoot this 3. It's makeable from pretty much anywhere on the table. And I went a little too far on the 4 ball, and then I have to go back up table to get on this combination. And I am playing this combination here. Now, if you decided before you push play that you didn't want to shoot that combination because the 5 ball is makeable in the bottom right. And it's not a dead-on combination. It's off-angle. So, no matter how you played it, if your way is different than the way I did it, let's talk about it in the comments. And let's figure out the best way. Maybe you have something to teach me. Yeah, now you're the teacher. How's it feel with all that pressure, huh? I'm not a teacher. I'm really not. I do have a genetic makeup for to be a teacher. But I don't consider myself your teacher, and I don't consider you my student. I'm just your buddy, man. I'm your friend hanging out with you at the pool. Alright, I'm gonna let the footage roll because although this ain't a 2-pack, the only thing that separates is this break coming up. I scratch in the side, but then you'll see what happens during the actual 3rd rack. Now you scratch on the break against a great player, they're just going to take a ball in hand and run out on you. So you can scratch that up as a loss. And that's basically what I do when I'm practicing. So let's go ahead and break, and then you pause it. I have to keep running, of course. But you pause it, and you figure out the entire pattern, the entire run out, where you're shooting all the remaining balls at. Okay, and you saw me just scratch here, so I guess I don't want to fast forward through it because then people will think I'm cheating. No cuts, no time lapses, no nothing. So as you can probably already guess, I'm going to run this rag. And again, after the break, pause it and plan the whole rag. Don't plan 3 balls or 4 balls ahead. Don't do that. Try to get in the habit of seeing the whole pattern and planning. And try to see yourself doing everything right. And when I do something that you planned, ask yourself why. Am I right, or is John's way right? Okay, so I had to get to the right hand side on the 2 ball, and now I have to come out for the 3 ball and have to go 2 rounds around the table for the 3. And this should just be a poke in. You're right there on the 4. And a lot of guys would roll up here if that's your plan. That's fine. But I'm pulling it back because I know that angle well. And that just leaves me not moving the cue ball much at all. I'm just poking things in and all the balls are right there. So, you know, if you don't have to move the cue ball a lot, then don't do it. A lot of times you really don't have to move the cue ball as little as possible. And when you're at your pause after the break is because you're training your brain to think the way the big dogs think. They're not planning 3 or 4 balls ahead. They are seeing the whole pattern after the break. And they're seeing themselves do it. And well, there is going to be a cut here because the next run out comes a little bit later. Oh, some time has passed since that last run out, and I think it's about 35 minutes. But, you know, hey, don't forget to pause after the break. I make the 1 ball here, and I really don't like when that happens because I have no clue where the 2 ball's going to be, and there's like no plan. I can put the 1 ball where I need it to be, but I can't put the 2 ball because it's liable to be anywhere in the rack. And that was a long, difficult shot off the route. So instead of doing anything too fancy here with the 3 ball, I'm just pushing the 9 ball out of the way and using it as a stopper to shoot the 4 ball in the side and use some of that open table to come back up on the combination. I really don't like combinations, but you know, I pretty much couldn't. I hope you had a better plan than mine because that wasn't very sweet. I made the combination, and this is just how I decided to get out here. So I'm not fully there. I could have got up under that 5. If I had played my cards a little better, I could have shot the 4 ball up in the corner. And I also came close to hooking myself behind the 9, so something's got my concentration thrown off. And yeah, what you planned is probably a little bit different than what I planned. Again, let's talk about it in the comments. There's thousands of high-level pro matches on YouTube. Go to any one of them, pause after they break, and plan the whole rack. Not only are you training your brain and preparing it to plan the whole rack, but you're going to learn a lot when the pro doesn't do what you planned. Alright, this is a quickie. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. I don't have a whole lot of time, but I wanted to publish something. Peace.